the house. We also believe that we want to protect our society from any kind of threat of terrorism. Because as the action is so dangerous and very hard to counter from obstacles today. But we don't think that by their proposal, it should really also actively stop the spread of terrorist video propaganda. Is the strategy way for us to prevent those kind of society in order to do not attract become terrorism or even want to eradicate terrorist action itself. Because we believe that to face the terrorists, we need a strategic way and also strategic tricky way to in order to eradicate terrorism and also to prevent society to follow their value, right? And we think that one of the best ways to avoid those kind of things is by giving or provide the counter information toward the society by giving them freedom of access information about the terrorists, how it becomes dangerous, and also how we can also avoid them in order they cannot even easy to be influenced, right? So we think that the proposal that proposed by the government is not something to begin with. First of all, before going to my extension, I want to give one response for the case, because the only thing we face is the coming from the government is that they would like to filter all the media or the journal in order because the journal is great bigger contribution toward the society. Yes, we do so. That's why, because it is one of the biggest bigger contribution toward the society and also influence the society. We would like to make or use this kind of media as one of the tools of the government also for the society to help them in enhancing issue and also avoid all the influences that happen or threaten toward them. Now let's see, when they want to filter all the media or other journals, Satan don't have any access, even information how they know about the progressive of the terrorism itself. The government even doesn't know how to detect the terrorism itself, right? So we don't think that this is right way to actually stop the spread of terrorist video propaganda. We have the government to achieve their goal, right? Even under our proposal, it will be better, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm going to explain you why this actually not urgent to stop this terrorist video propaganda, and second of all, why it's not justified for the government to do so, right? Firstly, why is not urgent? Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that status quo is already progressing, on how the government actually have do such kind of campaign and also warning to the society how they can also avoid such kind of terrorism, how they can also filter all the kind of purpose of the terrorism. But the thing is, the government need also the contribution from other media and also to help the society to know about what is actually happened in status quo today. Moreover, not to mention that society also have already enough, right, on how, for example, at the first place they have a warning even through MOE, for example, that ISIS is actually should be avoided, for example, because it's dangerous for the value of religion itself, for example. We think that by knowing that society is not enough, ladies and gentlemen. The thing is, society should show how exactly the value that they want to deliver to the society through this kind of issues, right? So we think that the media should also portray that. Even that if we do such kind of stuff and also filtering and also avoid those kind of such information, it will depend for the society also. And also it will trigger the terrorists to do a massive or even extremist way to attack the society to become a part of them, right? Actually, second of all, we think that exactly the purpose of the media itself to give such kind of message toward to give such kind of message to society they don't understand about the action itself. For example, on how media also show you how the evil of the ISIS, on how they kill also one of the journalists in the USA. Society will know that actually this is all that cruel, right? Because of those kind of media. We think that when the media stop or actively stop the spread of action of the terrorism itself or propaganda, society will know how exactly the action of terrorism, because we only easily influenced by, for example, their friends, how they can write society or this is good and something like that. So we think that this is dangerous for the society. Before I proceed to make a point, yes, sir.
We think somehow it's better for society that they don't know about ISIS, because we think somehow once they know, it switch their logic and perspective.
Ladies and gentlemen, we think that in status quo, even society don't feel threatened because of this kind of video, right?
negative side of the house talking about freedom of expressions because they are speaking as like we would like to stop the media that coming from the journalists to inform this kind of the thing, ladies and gentlemen. My beloved Prime Minister already stated to you that this kind of the video propaganda is a kind of the website and also video that is actually made by this kind of Islamic militant, for example, like Boko Haram and also ISIS itself, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to close this kind of the video and also website access because this is actually all this kind of the aim of this kind of video and also website in here is actually to spread the
The Deputy Prime Minister's time 7 minutes and 19 seconds. I invite the Leader of Opposition to this unacceptable time, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we're talking about how the government is trying to protect society, for example, or the government trying to decrease the fear of crime in society, we don't think that they're going, the proposal that they propose is exactly the effective way to solve those kind of problems, right? Let's deal with the first thing, ladies and gentlemen. They believe that they're going to make harm to society or damage society, but we don't believe so. We don't think that they're going to that significant to actually develop society to become the part of them. Why? Because first, since government have already campaigned them, right? If the government also say that those kind of terrorists spread such kind of video which is trying to attack you, thus you have to read it to actually aware of that, right? And the existence of those videos is only to such portrayal to actually support what government say to show how cruel they are, ladies and gentlemen. Not also to mention that we believe that it's not easy to actually change the society paradigm itself. And because why? Because we believe that all people is actually having access to see that, ladies and gentlemen. Second of all, upon any of the fear, we don't believe so that by erase those kind of terrorists and those kind of video is going to decrease also the fear of society. We believe that how you deal with that is going is by save them directly, ladies and gentlemen. In real life, for example, government improve the security in terms of social circumstances, for example. That's how government are going to decrease their fear. It's not, ladies and gentlemen. Second, rebuttal upon the idea of prevent universal harm. We don't think that this is the effective way too, ladies and gentlemen. The thing how you're going to deal with terrorists is by direct attack, ladies and gentlemen, by against them. We believe that government should focus more on attacking them directly, right? Because we believe that by improving security, for example, against them, it's more effective to actually prevent the universal harm itself. And why is it more effective? Since we believe that video is only about a minute, ladies and gentlemen, or less than an hour. Compared to how government is actually going to campaign on society, for example, every day through television, for example, right? And so on and so forth. They also believe that it may decrease trust to government because it means the society is going to against the government. We don't believe so. Why? Because first, as long as government do not do something which is wrong, we believe society do not do so, ladies and gentlemen. Second of all, we believe that the way how government is trying to prevent that is also by improving their real quality, for example, and whatsoever is that. Ladies and gentlemen, goes to my verification, right? How I'm going to prove you how at the end I need to proposal is even going to worse the condition. First, ladies and gentlemen, we believe that there is so fucking tricky on how it is really hard for government to actually detect them. Now let's analyze. We believe that through the spreading of terrorists is going to ease government at least, right, to actually catch them. How? Because we believe that the way how terrorists is going to spread this video is through internet. How we have also GPS, ladies and gentlemen, to actually help the government to find their location, for example. Or government can actually detect who is exactly spreading this video. In case those spreader is actually trying to spread that in case they're going to gain the follower to support them. Or even the likers, yes ma'am.
If this kind of things really exist and this things really work out, but why is the terrorism still exists, ladies and gentlemen? The fact is, terrorism is dead because the government cannot catch them, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we have to prevent it from the very first place. The fact is, we have to that
Even though this spreading, we cannot even sure the government going to also find them, ladies and gentlemen. But actually, as our proposal, we're
diangkat.
As long as the government is campaigning, for example, how dangerous they are, also they're trying to improve the security, for example, publicly or through direct access, for example, which is more important rather than you're going to erase the spreading, which is going to make them more crazy and together. We're going to propose our
The Deputy of Opposition spent 7 minutes and 8 seconds to continue the debate and to find the member of government. So Ms. Aulia Intinya.
Terserah sih kalau kamu apa
Ladies and gentlemen,
saya
we believe that tourism is bad
sama
and kind of
capeknya
massive
tuh
crowds
diakalin
done
aja
by a
dengan
group of people
mikrofon
that we believe that it is something which is,
kan
contorting towards the humanism itself, ladies and gentlemen. But still, ladies and gentlemen, we ever heard from the segment of the opening of business side of this house, they said that actually by having this by trying to remove this kind of video, there will be a kind of, people will simply judge this kind of tourism, will simply judge tourism bad, ladies and gentlemen. It means that at some point we also agree that tourism is good, ladies and gentlemen. That's why that's the thing, the effect, this kind of effect, like what the opposite side of this house, this is the thing that we want to avoid, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want our people to believe that tourism is good. Now, some of the things that they have been brought, ladies and gentlemen, they said that they are going to these kind of things are kind of trick from the government to find this kind of tourism, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's see how tourism works, ladies and gentlemen. The first thing that they are going to do by tourism is by getting the attention of the people. They want to gain the attention of people to show the people that they are exist, that they want to show something, they want to give the idea of the tourism itself. And the second is they are going to use this kind of attention to do their vision, to do their agenda. That's why this thing is the thing that we are going to avoid. This is very, very dangerous. So from the very start, we want to avoid them from getting the attention of the society itself, because this is very dangerous. They also said that actually by having this thing, we will create a kind of better understanding towards our society. But we know, that actually the understanding of society is pretty relative. We cannot really ensure that all the people will have the same understanding inside of our society. It will be kind of different understanding. That's why we want to make it all the same, to make all the people hate this kind of terrorism, so that all these people have this understanding that this thing is bad, then they may not have to follow them, ladies and gentlemen. That's the thing that we are going to do, ladies and gentlemen. And they are also trying to say that actually by having this thing, it also will degrade the
kerjaan juga.
They also said that not all people will see this kind of thing. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe not all people see this kind of thing, but still there are a lot of people who have seen this kind of thing, ladies and gentlemen. But means that it has been created a kind of people have known their existence and the people have known what energy that they have, and this is better. We don't want any other people really know more. We want them only just know from all the media, other media such as like news, journalism, or things like that, which is safer for them. That we have to really ensure that it's safe for our people to see that, ladies and gentlemen. That's all that we want to do. Now come to my substantive argument. The first is that actually by giving this thing, it will also bring a kind of benefits towards our society. If the opposite government have tried to give you upon the side of the society itself, you're also trying to give the more benefits that what the government will have in this kind of things. Now let's see how this kind of motion works, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to do this just like censorship does, ladies and gentlemen. Why do I say so? We know that in some schools right now, these kind of things, the things that we are going to stop spreading something, it has been done in some school right now. That we have tried to remove some parts of the movie, some parts of the film, which is dangerous for our society. Ladies and gentlemen, this kind of movie and also this is something that is fiction, ladies and gentlemen. And something that's fiction, we have removed that. So it is fiction. And this kind of video is something real, which can create a kind of fear in our society. And of course, by having this thing, it is really strong. It's really strong. It is a kind of strong
Now, the metro something which can already try to filter this. Just like what they said, that's they have a campaign of things, the one who have known they expect, ladies and gentlemen. But we know, ladies and gentlemen, this kind of terrorists have been trying to spread this kind of videos in YouTube, Internet, or things like that. And the one who accepts this kind of thing is not only the major one, but also since little children also see this kind of things. Because since, not only start from elementary school, but also the one who is still little, ladies and gentlemen, like 3, 5 years old children, also they have tried to, access the internet, ladies and gentlemen. We don't want them to see this. If you are trying to send from those kind of movie at least, why don't we try to remove this thing, which can bring a kind of lot of harm to society itself, ladies and gentlemen. And like, after we are trying to remove this, after the society don't know about this kind of thing, it will give a kind of beneficial benefit towards the government. Because government can only focus towards how to stop this kind of terrorism. If you are not trying to do this, there will be, of course, there will be kind of fear in front of society. We know what the terrorists do, ladies and gentlemen. They try to bombing things, they abduct first, they killing people. Which of course, all people always be afraid of this kind of things. If the government, if we have to stop this, there will be 2 rounds session. The first is to overcome the fear of the society, to overcome, the feeling of the security of the society, and also how to stop the terrorism itself. But if we are trying to remove this, listen, we only have 1 round lesson, which is try to stop this kind of people. Let us give this to remove some information inside of our society. It's not something new, let's give it. We have done this. Government, most countries have done this. Some countries also now, even some parts of the history or things like that, in order to not create a kind of, a chaotic situation inside of society. This kind of thing can create a kind of chaotic situation because of the fears of the security feelings of our society, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we have to remove this, and the benefits for us has already come towards our society itself. Yes, correct.
We've looked at how you deal with the reason why they're fear is because they are afraid to become the victim in real life. Now, how you deal with that is also to make sure that they're not become the victim in real life.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the real life, so school has been done. Our government, our enforcement has tried to stop this kind of terrorism, but still, ladies and gentlemen, before the attack on terrorism, the terrorism also has this kind of propaganda which creates a kind of, insecurity feeling inside of our society, which we do not want this to happen, ladies and gentlemen. The second something, let's start to talk about the media itself, ladies and gentlemen. That by having this thing, if we are not trying to stop this, there will be a kind of, changing inside of our media itself, changing form of our media. We know that media, the government media is not spreading information itself, ladies and gentlemen. But and also the whole media itself is trying to, spread kind of ideas, spread kind of threat, ladies and gentlemen. We know that a lot of people have been spread the ideas of preaching or things like inside or but still, this is a bad thing which is different, ladies and gentlemen. And if this kind of things still happen, there will be a kind of trend that people will try to spread their bad ideas towards this kind of things. The first people after that ISIS, we don't want any other terrorism or any other people who want to do this kind of things inside of our Israel, inside of our media itself. So that's why we have to stop this kind of things. We have to stop this kind of things. So for closing government, thank you.
Lanjut. Ini dari sini ya.
Remember, our forward was spent 7 minutes and 28 seconds. Now, I swear to member of opposition, to Mr. Khalid, please.
Under government scenario, basically they want to achieve two things. Number one, they would like to stop the spread of ISIS or even any terrorism movement. And number two, they would like to give protection to the society, that in the end, society will not follow this kind of terrorism movement, ladies and gentlemen. But we believe those kind of two goals will never be achieved under this case. The first goal is very irrational when they are saying that people can actually hinder the progress or even the spread of this kind of terrorism movement. Why? Even if this video is stopped by government, for example, but then the terrorism activities still exist. For example, how they have still police right to continue their activities. For example, how they would like to create direct fears to the society by visiting particular place or campaign by flags, for example. That is why in under this scenario, this kind of trend will not happen. Second scenario, by that scenario, they also believe that they will actually protect society. How they by not getting this kind of exposures, society will feeling safe, ladies and gentlemen. We don't think feeling safe is actually a very better way to counter this problem. Because why? First, there will not be responsive, for example, towards this kind of issue. We think that being responsive is very important in this case, for example. Take a look. They don't want to create the security feeling. We believe that the feeling of insecure is even better, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that? Number one, they will be more adaptive and responsive toward their current situation. Why is that? For example, when you are living in the vulnerable area of disasters, but your government never try to create fears for the dangers of this kind of disasters. Of course, you have no idea, right, in your mind what to do when there is a sudden disaster, for example, or whenever the status of global warming is very exaggerated, but your government never gives any justifications of the danger of this kind of global warming. Then you will have no initiative, right, to actually create preventive actions towards at least by yourself, even if it is not by government help, but individual help is very important to help you better help. Ladies and gentlemen, they are also trying to say that this is okay when under circumstances that we can disclose this kind of information by creating chaotic situations. We believe that this will only make the society in isolation, which we believe that society will be in a blind manner, ladies and gentlemen. They have no idea response, even they have to self-defense, for example, to know what to do. They cannot even socialize between one society to other society, which we believe that the concept of socializations in preventing this kind of terrorism movement is very important. Ladies and gentlemen, here,
because somehow their example are not very related. Because it is somehow in their example there are no gap of interpretations of how.
Okay. Another example is micro-national. We try to give the example of black campaign. For example, indeed we know that in the proposal of government, black campaign is already banned. But the thing which is not banned by the government is that the exposures for the society that black campaign is actually very bad. And society know that black campaign, for example, should be also stopped by the society and have to socialize each other to support this government proposal, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to give several extensions as the closing pass. Here, we believe that the information will always bring benefits, whether this information is bad or good, ladies and gentlemen. People who are living under a lot of information will be very knowledgeable, right? Even if this kind of information is actually a form of propaganda, ladies and gentlemen. Let's look in the status quo now. We believe that all of society in the world has been, the status quo is that all of the society in the world has been very familiar with ISIS, right? How the spread of this kind of propaganda has been here for a long time ago. These familiarizations of society will actually need balanced information from government. We believe that to provide balanced information from government is that by giving socializations. If they only know the dangers of this kind of terrorism movement without any balanced idea or even balanced information from government, we believe that society will not know what to do, right? Moreover, we believe that this kind of bandit at the very first time when they try to step in to achieve this kind of information, they will get psychological pressure, for example, or even this feeling of insecure. But we believe that this first time to get psychological pressures of insecure feeling is good, ladies and gentlemen. Like what I have said in my rebuttal, there will be heavy to check, for example, from this kind of issue, because the existence of ISIS or even other terrorist movement is always progressive. It is unpredictable. We will never know how to predict the next movement that they are going to do. Probably at the very first time they try to shoot people, but we do know that in the end of the day they will try to bomb church, for example, or they will try to bomb society. That's why the government need to provide update information or update counter, for example, to actually fight this kind of terrorism movement, ladies and gentlemen. Second idea is that how this will actually create sensitivity toward the society themselves, ladies and gentlemen. Sensitivity is also very important because they will get further response, right, toward this kind of action, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Number two, extensions. We believe that this kind of closing information about terrorism movement will actually lead the attempt of government to do the deliberate life in society, which deliberate lie during the extract, which the attempt of government to actually hide information from the society when this kind of information harm the society. Or when this kind of information create pressures or create threat, for example, toward the society. We don't think that this deliberate lie is actually okay to be delivered to the society, etc. Because somehow it will actually hinder society to get the access, right, to know the truth, what is happening inside their countries. As society, we believe that you have rights to actually update your country's conditions or even your global issues, for example. This update, this right of society is actually the first step of the government to socialize the society. And we believe that whenever you try to deliberate lie to society, you will actually make society in isolation, and they will not be able to achieve the rights and the very first right to compromise and to give idea, for example, because we never know what is in mind to the society. Whenever you do not try to expose this kind of information to the society, the society will not be able to participate, for example, to actually counter this kind of problem. Because society participation at the very first place is very important. How they would like to actually give ideas, suggestions, for example. You will never consider that in your society, for example, you have terrorism experts, or even, for example, you have any idea to counter this kind of terrorism action, etc. That is why that under our scenario, by giving exposures to the society, we believe that society in the very first place will be feeling protected by the feeling of insecure, because they will be more responsive and they will be more knowledgeable to respond to any further movement of this kind of terrorism actions. Thank you.
The member of opposition spent 7 minutes and 18 seconds. To watch the case of government, I call upon the government to Mr. Muhammad Brown, please.
Everybody hearing? The government branch and the various places already have clear stances in China. How basically you don't want to let this society or our society nowadays to actually know how the idea of terrorism are going to undergo their actions in China, and how this particular terrorism community will actually try to attack several places, for example, as in China. Because at the end of the day, when the society actually knows how this particular terrorist movement or terrorist community try to attack or try to spread their propaganda or ideas, for example, as in China, this society will actually going to feel even more insecure as in China towards in some of the countries in China. That's what we are going to prevent at the very first place, because at the end of the day, what the government try to propose and what the government try to actually protect is actually the security and also the existence of how the society feels safe inside of the country at the very first place in China. Now coming to the let's see what is actually how this debate goes in the opposition side in China. Not yet. We believe that actually the closing opposition try to believe that actually fears that in China. If the society do not know about this particular terrorism activity inside the major in China, we will get a better like a fears inside the society as in China. But we believe in China, we admit that fears is actually there as in China. But let's say China, when we believe that actually fear is actually there, news is actually exists as in China to gather down what the curiosity of the society is and how basically this particular society are trying to actually get to know towards this particular terrorist action, for example, or this particular terrorist group, for example, as in Yemen. Don't worry about that in Yemen. If the opposition starts worrying about the media or the information about terrorism, don't worry about that, because news exists and even journalism is exist in the very first place. This is going to be gather every single curiosity that our society needed at the very first place, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for a bigger thing, ladies and gentlemen, we also come up with a really funny idea about how basically this terrorist group is actually the same with disaster, ladies and gentlemen. So we ladies and gentlemen, these two things, these two examples are actually different, ladies and gentlemen, in the sense of where this particular terrorist group is actually somebody who attack society directly and also affects the people, ladies and gentlemen. We believe that actually, even so, ladies and gentlemen, even when this society, the group of terrorism are trying to attack when the society is unpredictable, ladies and gentlemen, we still have the existence of the military group, for example, and how basically this military group has already gathered every single safety or let's say that there is the bomb detector that can actually gather this preventive action that this particular terrorist action happens, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when we talk about the black campaign, it's actually not in line with the idea of this motion, ladies and gentlemen. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we said it's actually in line, right, ladies and gentlemen, how basically the status quo is actually banning the idea of black campaign, ladies and gentlemen, because this is actually the campaign that is actually banned, ladies and gentlemen. And in the media, it's actually already erased at the very first place, ladies and gentlemen. We say, ladies and gentlemen, they also believe that it is going to increase the sensitivity of the society, ladies and gentlemen, on how basically they're going to be updated by how these terrorist movement are going to attack a several society, for example, ladies and gentlemen. But ladies and gentlemen, we say that it's never going to be achieved at the very first place, because in the end of the day, the society will never be able to contribute how they are going to contribute to fight or combating this particular terrorism action, because in the end of the day, what they're going to feel is actually fear, and they live under insecurities more, ladies and gentlemen. And the opposition never explained how the society are trying to contribute towards the combating of the terrorism itself, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's try to engage about the case of the opposition, ladies and gentlemen, where they believe that actually this particular society is actually afraid, ladies and gentlemen, because they believe that when we ban the action of terrorism to actually show their self inside the media, this terrorism group will go upon really extreme cases, for example, or really extreme action, for example. So we believe that actually, ladies and gentlemen, the extreme cases that they try to believe actually happen when this terrorism society are trying to show themselves is not individual. This is actually the extreme case that they are afraid of. That's why we try to ban this, ladies and gentlemen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we say that actually military power has already been there, ladies and gentlemen. We say, ladies and gentlemen, this proposal by banning the video propaganda by terrorists is actually the new strategy for combating terrorism, ladies and gentlemen. As my previous speaker already told you, ladies and gentlemen, because, ladies and gentlemen, what the government has already told you that now is the era of freedom of speech, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is going to be so much problematic, ladies and gentlemen. Why is that so? Because the idea of freedom of expression in here are trying to the freedom and also the human dignity alternatives has become the nature of this terrorist actually spread their ideas and also their values, ladies and gentlemen. We said, ladies and gentlemen, we as the government also have the moral obligation, ladies and gentlemen, to cancel this action, because at the very first place, the government has already proposed the idea of freedom of expression and also freedom of speech in the media, ladies and gentlemen. Now, by proposing this motion, this also becomes the government role in taking down this, as the responsibility of the government, as to actually become the moral obligation of the government to actually erase the idea of terrorism at the very first place, ladies and gentlemen. Because, ladies and gentlemen, these videos are being the media for this terrorist group to actually spread their values, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, when this terrorist action are trying to actually do such kind of harsh action towards the society, ladies and gentlemen, military assistance is there, ladies and gentlemen. But this, ladies and gentlemen, it's also become the soft approach from this terrorism group to actually lowering their existence, ladies and gentlemen, and how basically diplomatic and also financial and so diplomatic action is actually done to approach this terrorist group, ladies and gentlemen. But we said, ladies and gentlemen, this particular diplomatic way never been able give up and also stop doing that, for example, and then we would like to propose this action. It becomes the idea to actually stop the values that this resolution will actually deliver as a member state. So much for the closing document.
The government will spend 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Now to earn the liberty discount, I call upon the opposition to install one video please.
Bentar, bisa azan. Habis azan.